Morning, everybody. How's it going? Okay. The last video I just put out was us taking our vacation. At the very end, I did a video about me losing a file. Okay. The very next set of videos I took on the same take, download, all that stuff, we also processed our chickens. And the beginning of the first, I think it's the first two videos I did of processing chickens are gone. I don't understand what's going on. I have checked every file I have. I've looked, I've searched. I mean, I'm looking at like 6 files right there. They're not in there. So I don't know where they're going on. I don't know if it's that little chip card thingy that goes in the camera is gone bad. I don't know what's caused me to lose these little files. And so I'm going to tell you what we did. We like I said, we processed our chickens. I was out there at 6 in the morning. I got the scalding water going. And my son and his wife showed up at 7:30. We started. What I did show you was what our setup is. We have a canopy we set up out there. We have our table that we process the chickens on. We have our feather plucker. We had our cones. We had 2 pots, one a scalding pot, and the other one is a pre-soak that we did where we put the chickens in. It's a massive round pot. We put water in that. Then after we processed the birds, we set them in there. And then we'd put them out of there, put them in the scalding pot, and then we put them in a feather plucker. We would process them on the table, and then on the back of my Ranger, I had this really big, I'm guessing it's probably 200-gallon black container, one of those rubber containers they use for watering your animals, the real big ones. That's brand new. I had started that last year, and we would fill it with cold water, and we'd throw the birds in there, and we cover it up as we went. I showed you that also. And then the next shot was us taking the chickens and putting them in shrink wrap bags. And how we did that, which we do that, we take that, we do that at the back of the house. So, so where the video takes off is where we're at right now. My son's cooler is full, and because I didn't show us doing our birds processing as far as the shrink wrap. I didn't video no more because you guys didn't need to see no more of that. It's not there. So it's going to take off me showing my sons what we had, our chickens, what the weighs are, everything. Sorry guys, I don't know, maybe you guys can give me a hint if those cards can do this. It's not in the file. I'm looked everywhere. All right guys, here you go. I hope you enjoy. All right, here's the other batch. There's 10 in here, and these right here range between 9.5 pounds to I think 8 or 8.5 pounds. All the birds have been the same. I mean, these are massive birds. They look good. And we're shrink wrapping right now. We're cleaning them up. We got that going. Anyway. All right, guys, here we go. Here is my 10. My son took 10 more. I have 7 more over there that we are going to butcher up. We're going to make legs. We're going to make them breasts, chicken wings. So we have a total of 17. We have 9.5 pounds. There's 8 pound, 8 pound, 7 pound, 9.5, 7.5, 10.5, 10.5, 7. And his mimics the same, about the same weights of all ours. And then we have those right there. And they're sitting in water right now, cooling down. We're going to cut them up. All right, here we go. Here we go. These are the 7 that we cut up for what we want. We've got our thighs right here. We've got our wings, our drums. We have our breast. We have a 11, I think it was 11.5 chicken. The one breast alone weighed 2 pounds. And my wife has a picture of it in the phone. My wife took all the carcasses, but she did take all the chicken. So we've got our chicken meats right there. We've got our, like I said, our breast. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and vacuum pack them and put them up. But on these chicken breasts, like that one, it's 2 pound.
a lot of these, my wife and I don't eat a lot of chicken. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to vacuum pack one breast in each one. And then when we go to cook, we'll just cut it in half, and that's one breast for us, one meal. So we did really good on our chicken. She added it all up. 234 pounds in chicken today, not including our 4 turkeys, which we'll be doing next month. So let me go ahead and get these all done, freezer packed, and I'll show you what we got. All right, guys, here's all of our chickens that we cut up, the 7 birds. This is what we end up with. From here all the way over to right here is the breast, and we only have 1 breast in a packet because my wife and I will cut the breast or fillet it for each one of us. So this is one meal. So basically, you know, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 meals right here. Should be 14 meals. And then we have the thighs right here. And then we have wings. And then we have our drums. And this meat here is our soup meat. My wife took all the carcasses and cleaned them up real good, and it's the extra meat we got. So it's one for soup. So there we go. That's our chickens. And you guys seen our coolers. We had our coolers were full. So we did really good. And I will do a final weigh on everything. Make sure I'm right. And I'll let you know what our cost was per pound. And I'm going to go ahead and do, you can hear our turkeys. I'm going to go ahead and do our chicken math on our meat birds. They were a lot better than what we thought they would be. My arms are tired from yesterday. Whew. They were a lot better. I figured we had 7 8-pound birds. Wrong. Our largest was 11.5. We had, I would say, 6 between me and my son of in the 10 area, 10, 10 and a half. We had multiple, they're in the 9s. And then we had 8s. The lowest one was 7 pounds, nothing lower than that. So let's take a quick look at the chicken math and see what we've got. All right. This is, my son had already taken his, he took 10, I gave him 10. But his birds weighed like ours. And, I mean, he could have had more of an average of 9 pounds all the way through. He had really nice, good birds too. So this is what I personally weighed in on every one of our birds. And you can just see 10, 10 and a half, 7 and a half, 7, another 7, 10 and a half, 8, 8, 9 and a half, 8, 9 and a half. And then this was my 10 that we left whole. He took 10, he left whole. Now, we lost birds during the process to high heat. We lost a total of, we lost 2 birds in the high heat. I'm assuming the heart attacks. I did have my swamp cooler out there working to help them out, but when it's 113, 115 degrees, 109 degrees, they have a hard time surviving. So what we ended up with 7 birds that we cut up, us, into portions, what we use. Now these, I weighed them before we cut them. We had a 7.5, 9, 9, there's 11.5, 10, 8.5, 7.5. So we had a total 63 pounds there. Now, like I said, I didn't weigh my son's. We did weigh some of his, and his was weighed about the same. And so all I did was take this number, double it. So we ended up with 171 pounds on an average on the 20 that a whole wrapped. And then we had 63 pounds on my cut-ups, okay, which gave us a total of meat of 234 pounds of meat is what we got. Now, okay, if you take, here's our turkeys we bought, we got 4 of them. Here's our chickens we got, and we got 30 of them. Here's our chicken feed that we bought. You take all that and add all that up, you come up with a total of $419.83, okay? So that's all the animals and all the feed was $419.83 that we invested in 4 or 5 months ago. Okay, everything. Now you take the $419.33, you divide it into this figure, you end up with $1.79, about $1.80 per pound is what it costs for chickens. Okay, now, this is where we're going to make our money on. You haven't seen me talk about my turkeys. We haven't processed them yet. This figure already includes all the turkeys. Okay? I have 2 toms that are easy 25 pounds each right now. And I have 2 hens that are probably in the 20-pound range. So if I'm right on those weights, that's like 90 pounds. But I'm not processing right now. I don't have time. And there's some big stuff coming up that I have to do. And I don't have time. So they're going to have to get bigger. And probably here in another month, we'll process them. So I'm just going to say that's 100 pounds of turkey we have out there. My son will be taking 1 tom, 1 hen, and I keep 1 tom, 1 hen. So I'm going to add 100 pounds onto this weight. So I'm just saying that this is going to be 334. All right, so you just divide that 419 figure I told you about just now, that 419, okay, into this, or vice versa, however you want to say, and that ends up becoming $1.20 bird. That's not bad, guys. And they could get better if these turkeys get bigger. $1.20 a pound is what it costs us to raise these birds. Once again, there you go. The turkeys, right there. Chickens. Now, I already looked. The turkeys now are like $8 each something. These chickens now are like $3.30, I think, somewhere around there. See the difference in them? And from the feed, like I said, now is at $24.25. And here's the difference, what I've paid. So, when this is all over and said and done, we did good. Now, as you've seen, I wrapped up those chicken breasts. They are massive. I mean, literally, they're huge. We will get 1 meal per breast for us. We did really good chickens. I'm really happy with them. I really started adding some of this stuff up, and I was like, man, these birds are really going to be expensive this year. And I just kind of forgot what they were last year, you know, and what we spent. But the bird sizes, the drums, the thighs, the wings, they're just massive birds. So, guys, we did really good, and I'm really happy with it. Being our garden really stunk this year. You know, my tomatoes, I thought were on the recovery zone, and I guess they're just too damaged from the temperatures, and I just called them out. They're gone. Tomato plants are gone. Pepper plants are kicking butt. My my new seeds I put out there, they're all starting to grow. We got grasshoppers. They are just hitting me with grasshoppers. I'm trying to control them. We'll see how that turns out, but my peppers are rocking it. Here's something really funny. I threw a seed out in my hugelkultur garden for watermelon on the ground. It's overgrown in grass. I haven't paid attention to it. I have 2 watermelons out there that I didn't even know. I was actually going out there to rip the thing out of there, and there it is. I went, holy moly. Cool. Alright, guys. There's my chicken math. There's the chickens we got, what they look like. And there you go. Y'all have a great day. Thanks again, and I'll bring you back when we do our turkeys, what they weighed, and we'll go from there. Y'all have a good day. Bye.